Or you over there yelling?
They get it started right at 8.
DP time, baby.
Well. See, you already know I'm on a different computer, so okay, I found it. You ready, bro?
We got to make something shake.
Let's get it.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on,
You,
everyone?
you tell me.
Well, new location again tonight. I'm gonna soon get it together and
Well, let me fix my background. There we go. There we go.
oh,
There we go.
pink again tonight.
I told you in support of my peoples, man. She fighting breast cancer right now, so I think I got a few more pink shirts I could probably throw up there. But pink to support my peoples.
Most definitely. Hearts and prayers going out to her.
She's so damn mean. The cancer probably just cancer. She probably won't let the cancer leave. That what the issue is. She won't
Well,
let the
hey,
cancer leave. Uh-huh.
that's right. Fight it, sis. Fight it.
The cancer trying to get out. She won't let the cancer go. That's what it is. Well, mean ass.
Well, sometimes we have to be that way. But fight it, sis. We all rooting for you too. Well, we are live, Victor.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's get it. Let's get it.
Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life, everyone. I am your host, Veronica. So glad to be back with you all on this fabulous
Tuesday,
Tuesday night. Yes,
February the 1st.
February 1st. It is here already. Black History Month. We are here. Praise God for that. My brother, Victor, back with us tonight.
What's going on?
How you feeling?
You know, I every now and then I get on a little tirade. That's usually every night. But tonight I want to ask some of the ladies a question. I was hoping for Team and Sharon would have been on here, but I really want to ask y'all a question.
Uh-oh.
How come y'all don't listen? Excuse me. I just want to know that because let's say, and it's just been a common thing. A female will text me and ask me, "What are you doing?" All right. And I may say, laying down, or I'm saving the world, or whatever it is I'm doing. And within 5 minutes, y'all are fucking cold.
Oh no,
Like,
see
I'm like, come on, man. Did I open the door for you to call? I didn't say, hey, I'm laying down. Wow, what's up? Or y'all don't listen. Y'all just assume that no matter what we doing, it should be y'all problem or whatever should be handled right then and there.
No, that's aggravating. I get that. I'm not one of those females. If you say you're laying down, you're laying down. That means say you resting, getting some me time in. I'm not getting ready to call you.
So what if I say I'm watching TV? You still gonna call?
No.
Mm.
I'll be like, well, call me later, Or I say something like, hey, what you watching? I'm not gonna, call you. You say you're watching TV, you're watching TV, you're watching a movie, you're doing something. So, we all are not like that.
Well, I find that for the female species, for the most part, if a man is if I shouldn't even say your man, if a man is telling you he's doing something, and either you'll call and say it'll be right quick, and it's like, why did you even call anyway? Why, if you text me and ask me what I'm doing, just do that. Just ask me through the text message.
Yeah. So
Or my favorite, this is my favorite now. If you haven't talked to someone for over 30 days, what gives you the right to just randomly call them, you know,
oh
just
no.
just randomly, I mean, just a random call at, like, I don't know, 7, 8 o'clock. It's like, well, damn, I ain't talked to you in over 45 days. And all of a sudden now you think you just gonna that
Call me.
that just causes problems.
Yeah. At least text and be like, hey, I was thinking about you, or hey, what you doing? Can I give you a call right quick? Or, can we catch up? Something. Give me notice. Don't just ring my phone. Now, I feel you on that. I feel you. What are the ladies saying in the comments? She know you be lying. Patricia.
Or even if I am lying, guess what? Let me stick to my lie. Don't call me. What you calling me? What you calling me for?
Thank you,
Michelle.
Michelle. Yes.
She said all women are not insecure. I would have just said okay, and if you call me, it's fine, and if you don't, it's fine too. So sometimes y'all put us on the spot. Um, you'll say, "Hey, call me." Like if I say, "Hey, I'm watching TV," or "I'm laying down," excuse me, you'll say, "Hey, call me real quick," or "Hey, can you call me after the show?" And it's like, I don't want to.
Right.
Why can't you just continue to text me, as I see the text message, like, come on, man, y'all do that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Y'all do. How about
I
the
mean,
random, huh?
and you can sense when someone, do not want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Can y'all really sense
oh,
that?
I know I can. Yeah, I can. Now, if
You know,
it's an emergency, there's a difference. I mean, if you're saying, I'll be like, hey, what you doing? Oh, I'm laying down. I'm like, can I call you right quick? It's an emergency. Like, I ask first. I'm not going to just dial your number.
but what's the difference between you texting me the emergency and you should just text me, hey, XYZ died. Just text me that.
I mean, if I'm beside the road, I'm gonna pick up the phone and call you because I'm wasting time by texting you when I can pick up the phone and be like, hey, I'm beside the road. I need for you to come and change my tire or come help me. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Like, I'm not gonna just you know what I'm saying? But I mean, if it's an emergency, yes. But other than that, I'm gonna leave you alone because I like my space. When it's time for me to have my space and my me time, I want that. So right, and you don't text no emergency. Exactly
But
right, Tori.
well, I mean, so when you saying that, that's just, people say you don't text emergencies, but that's not necessarily true. I mean, I don't. I guess I might be a little different from some people, but it is what it is.
I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying, but when it comes to the emergency, that's a little different.
I mean, to me, information gets passed, whether it's a phone call, whether it's a text message, inbox, or whatever. As long as I receive the message, I'm cool with it. But everybody's different. Some
Yeah,
people would like for you to talk and hear a
right.
voice, but I'm not like that.
So are you I'm taking it that you are a text guy. You prefer to text than to call.
Well, if I tell you how I honestly feel, then it will be taken as me contradicting myself. So I don't mind talking on the phone, but we have to be talking about something.
Mhm.
I don't like just talking about the same shit over and over again. But I guess it kind of depends on. I like to talk when I like to talk, and I like to text when I like to text. But with a text message, I can answer you when I get ready versus a phone call where I have to stop what I'm doing to,
So are you one of those men when you get a text, you would look at it and you'll sit the phone down and then you'll text when you ready to text?
For the most part, anybody tell you I text back once I see it.
You
Once
do?
I see it, I'm gonna text you back because I expect the same thing in return. Because I don't not I'm not a lot of times I'm not texting just to be texting you. If I text somebody, it's for a reason. I'm not one of those, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Haven't talked to you in a while. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of these, hey, do you have so and so, so and so? No. All right, appreciate it. Thanks. And then we might not talk for a month. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean,
Patricia says, Victor, why do you answer the phone when you don't want to be bothered? Yeah, I
because
just don't answer. I figure if it's an emergency, they will call back.
so that's the thing. I'm not if I call you and you don't answer, I feel like you don't want to talk to me. So I give everybody, if I gave you my phone number, I gave you my phone number. So I at least owe you the courtesy to answer the phone if you call me. And I will answer the phone if you call me. Now, anything other than that, then it's what it is. But I
Mhm.
will answer the phone if you call me.
I know, yeah. If I call you 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, you gonna answer, right?
If I hear it,
Oh.
if I hear it, but I keep my phone has been on silent for I don't know 5, 6 years now.
What?
I'm serious. I don't. My phone. I have never had my ringer on since I've had that phone because I've always had jobs that you're not supposed to have your phone there.
Yeah.
So out of common courtesy, I just keep my phone on silent. I don't even know what my ringtone is, but my phone just stays on silent.
Okay. Well, you shall be you text back quick though.
Well, I have a watch, so I can.
Oh, that
I
is right.
get yeah. I get the notification.
Cool. Oh, sorry about that.
That's
Um,
exactly what Stevenson says. Sometimes we text you women instead because some of y'all get on the phone and don't know how to be quiet. That is the fact.
well, listen, I love to talk. So I feel like if I'm on the phone, that means we're going to have a conversation and we're going to talk, right? So, I mean, you don't want somebody on the phone with you and you're just going to be um, holding the phone.
Just text
So
me.
you should be glad somebody's talking. Stevenson.
Well, how about you? Some of y'all. How about this? This is my favorite. The random FaceTime calls. It's like, what, man?
Oh, see, I don't do those. I don't do I mean, I don't just randomly do FaceTime, and I don't have people randomly FaceTiming me. Mm-mm. That
Them,
I don't do.
them random FaceTimes.
Cheryl says she just don't answer. Uh, let me go back up some. I'm not insecure. It's a good start of the show, though, Victor. That's crazy. I'm not that kind of lady. Right. Amy says she's not that kind of lady. Hey, Gail. Missed a few shows. Yes, we missed you, Gail. Glad to listen in tonight. So glad to have you back. All of you that's joining us tonight, we appreciate you guys. Sly, what's going on? Nikki, Amy, Patricia, Michelle, what's up, Jamil, Tasha, all of y'all out there watching, we appreciate y'all. Goes down each and every Tuesday and Thursday night. Uh, Cheryl said, I hate that vid. I got to be prepared for FaceTime. I don't like FaceTime either unless you are my grandchildren. Stevenson. Let me see. What is Brittany talking about? What's up, Brittany? Men don't know how to have a conversation about anything other than themselves. Wow. They'll talk all day if the topic on the table is their work or their problem.
That go both ways. That go both ways.
I don't know. Well, I guess you do have some men that love to talk as much as women, but I know it's me that love to do the talking most of the time when I'm on the phone. What's going on, Jason? Bump those city boys.
City boys for the win, baby.
Tori says she never answered FaceTime. I know because I remember when
Y'all wigs be crooked.
Tori. She'll be like, "Girl, wait a minute, because I don't like doing FaceTime. Wait a minute, hold up. Like, I don't know nothing about this, Tori. Jesus."
Well, Tori got an iPhone 3GS or something. She got the second iPhone that ever came out.
And
So
still don't know how to use it. I have a question for you, Victor. Do you love to kiss?
What? God, that got personal real fast, dude.
The question was put out there. It says studies reveal almost half of Americans don't like kissing at all. How do you feel?
To be totally honest with you, to be honest, I like kissing more than I like intercourse.
Really?
I really do.
Okay.
So that's a little something about me then, since we putting that out there.
Yeah. I put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of those questions, and I think somebody had posted to Michael Basin's page or something like that. But yeah, kissing is very passionate, and I feel like yeah, tell Kadarius to go study. I mean, I feel like kissing is very important, but I'm not guaranteed to just kiss anybody. Yup. Right?
I feel like that's how you can know if somebody like you or not, is by how they kiss you.
Yeah.
I think you can't lie. You can't lie you can't lie with these, and you can't lie with these. Everything else, your mouth, your eyes, all that shit a lie. And that's one thing about me. I don't like too many people touching my hands. Like the inside of my hand, I just don't like that. That's one reason. I mean, if I'm in church and the pastor say, hold hands with your neighbor, I'm like, I'm not touching you. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. It has nothing to do with germs. But to me, my hands are a very intimate part of my body. I just feel like I don't. For you to interlock your hands with me like that, you really got to be special for me to give you my hand. You can touch my wee wee all day long. I mean, that's what it is. But my hands is something different.
Not the wee wee.
Oh
my gosh. Well, I would think that's more personal.
Not really. It's what it is. I mean, you got to think now, your hands is how a lot of us make our money. Our hands is how we greet each other. Our hands define us. Women don't want a man with dirty hands. Y'all. There's so many things that go into your hands. But a lot of times when you have an intercourse with somebody, you can strap up. I mean, there's so many different things, you do, with your private areas, but your hands is always unprotected. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's I don't know. I'm just real funny about my hands. I'm real funny about my hands.
I get that. That's what I always be trying to tell my son. Like, make sure you keep your fingernails clean. Like, girls don't like guys with dirty fingernails.
Yeah.
Kissing is feeling also because that's the reason. This is Stevenson. Kissing is feeling also because that's the reason why we get we close our eyes sometimes because the heart feels what's invisible to the eye.
I don't close my eyes.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Tell me you don't be kissing somebody and looking at them like.
Just like that. No, I don't. I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't. I don't think I do. Because, I mean, that's just like having sex with the lights off. What we cut the light off for? I need to see. I mean, I don't like, I ain't saying, we, making that uncomfortable eye contact, but I'm just saying, I just don't like, if I kiss you, I want to see you. I want to look. Now, I ain't, we ain't like this, but, it's what it is. It's what it is.
Okay.
I don't close my eyes. For the most part, I don't close my eyes.
Alrighty then. So we have a letter tonight. You ready to jump in that? Are you?
Do you close your eyes when you kiss?
I do. I mean, I'm not going to say all the entire time while kissing, but yeah, majority of the time, yeah, eyes are closed.
Tongue and all, ain't it? Answer that question. Because some of y'all don't know what y'all be damn doing, man.
I gotta really like you for that. Okay? I mean, really like you.
I mean, you already swapping spit doing COVID. You might as well go and get a little tongue action in there.
Oh, gosh.
You kiss somebody right now, COVID, you really got to like them.
Wait, you said really kiss somebody now with COVID going on, or really kiss somebody that had COVID?
Either one. I mean, because you don't know who's got it, but to be really, intimate with someone new right now, you really I'm not saying you taking a chance because you know how I feel about COVID anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like it's whatever, but I mean to some people who, really feel this virus is a real deal and take it seriously, you're pretty much saying that love is more important than your health.
That's something.
If you think this virus is whatever, but I'm not one of them people, so it's what it is.
Oh yeah, we get it. We know how you feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is something to think about. It. You dealing with new people, and this virus is out there. Like that's scary.
Yeah.
For real, because you don't know who's toting it and who's not, and you talking about you kissing on somebody and.
Yeah.
Right in their face, breathe in the same air. You might as well. I know that's right, Patricia.
I don't know about that now. We could be, hey, I got a lot of coworkers I work with. We be this close, but we ain't kissing.
No, I think you're talking about with you and someone new, like someone you're interested in, like you already in their face.
You facing, you breathe in the same air. You might as well kiss. I mean, I get it, but I don't know. How about morning kisses?
A little smack there.
Not if you ain't brush your damn teeth. You bring your damn dragon breath over here.
My breath don't smell in the morning.
That's because you done burned your nose all night long, so you don't smell. Thank you, Tasha. Only for marriage, the morning kissing.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you don't kiss your boo? No.
I sleep, Veronica, I sleep by myself. Ain't nobody in here but me.
Oh, I was just saying, if you get a little knock at the door.
No.
And they happen to spend the night.
Who? Spend where? Spend the block? No. You can't sleep here. I don't even want you taking no nap here.
Stop it. That's why you wouldn't let me come over and share your closet tonight.
No, you might blank. You might blank too long and think you talking about you sleep. Nope, 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 nope.
Let me spend the night, Vic.
No, no. Only people spend the night here. We got the same last name. That's it.
You know what? I don't want to believe that, but I kind of believe you. You are one of a kind.
Hmm.
Like, really. One of a kind. All right. Right, Stevenson. Do you hear this guy?
Hey, when that mortgage payment come in, that thing got one name on it. Now it ain't like it's both ours. Ain't no point of you down. What you spend the night for? You ain't got no rag. You ain't got no soap.
Oh, well, we quite sure you're gonna provide those items for us.
No.
You have clean rags over there. You clean towels. You know you have new ones.
I got some just for me and these kids. We got 4 rags, 4 towels, and 4 balls of soap. And we wash our stuff every day. We ain't got time for nobody else to be over here.
Oh. Okay then. Sure. The answer is no. She
So,
cannot get a washcloth. She can bring her own.
I mean, you might as well move in now. I mean, you bringing stuff over here. You don't need to be. Matter of fact, you can't even come over here. We got to meet at a neutral site.
She's gonna bring her washcloth and her towel and her toothbrush and her toothpaste and gonna
Oh
just
shit, no.
she gonna keep it in a little corner for when she comes. You know, it'll be there already. No?
We ain't doing none of that. No.
That's right, Cheryl. 2. One for my face and one for my body.
Start here. You go all the way down. You throw that in the washing machine. You keep it moving. She told me she need to be able to clean up afterwards. It don't take that. What are you sweating for? It don't. You ain't even. But by the time I'm done, you ain't even broke a sweat. You probably didn't even realize I started.
Probably not.
And it's over.
That's a wrap. What's going on, Alicia? Oh gosh, yeah, he's one of a kind. I'm telling you. Fatin is across the hall from me. Fatin is actually on his other show, his New York WBLS show. He'll be on at 9. Today is Sharon's birthday, so Sharon, of course, is out having fun and celebrating her birthday. Shout out to Sharon. Happy birthday, Sharon.
To all my fellas. First of all, I see the ladies talking about their emergency bags. No, you can't bring your bag over here because a lot of y'all like to drop items in people's houses. So we ain't doing that. Second of all, fellas, if you really want to impress her, get your wash rag after y'all finish or whatever, and make the water real hot. And run the wash rag under the water, break it real hot, and then rinse it out and then hand it to them.
Not rinse it.
You can't be wet. You got to make it. I notice y'all like warm rags up y'all tails. So y'all got to have a warm rag with no soap and run it up y'all tail.
Will you run it up there for us?
No.
Run it up the tail. Oh my gosh. Hilarious. You know what, John? Get off. Talking about shake them lips out and air dry. I can't stand him. No. This is my boy Link. I've been trying to get Lincoln to come on the show. Hopefully he's gonna be our guest one day, Vic. So we're gonna see. He's in Florida.
Okay.
Now wash the thing off for her. Exactly. Wash it off for her, Vic. Come on now. All right. Hot rag, wipe top to bottom, fellas. Mm-hmm. Link say he's coming. Can't wait, friend, for you to come on. Guys, listen, we got this letter we're going to get into. Patricia said you're supposed to keep an emergency bag in your car, ladies and gentlemen.
For what?
Just in case something pop off, you know?
Ain't nothing important about getting some Peterborough. Ain't nothing that ain't y'all do too much.
We never know. Girl may get lucky and you might say, you can spend the night tonight. Gotta have an overnight bag. Not gonna happen.
No. I'm too old for pop-ups now. I got to get prepared. I got to stretch and all that other shit. And take an ibuprofen, all that.
You know what? You need help. Complimentary washcloths. That's right. We need those available, sir.
Well, you act like you a guess. A guess. You ain't no doggone whatever. You just a guess. You here for one reason only.
Oh. One night only. One night only.
No, it ain't even no one night
only.
Not a few moments. Here for a few moments, and that's it. That's it.
Nikki said back in the day, I did have an overnight bag, but nowadays, nah. Okay, Nikki. That's what you saying.
Patricia say might get stranded. I don't care if I get stranded with some dirty drawers on. So I don't need no clean drawers to be stranded and clean socks.
Keep those in your car. Vic act like he's 70 years old. Sure. Right? I think he be fronting on us. She want mints on the pillows. Man.
Shit, your head ain't gonna be down there long enough. And pillow, you act like you coming in the bed?
Mints and a little bit of roses sprinkled across the bed. Okay.
Great living room, kitchen action. You ain't even making it to the bedroom.
Get out of here. Get out of here. You know what?
None of that.
Oh man. Okay. Ladies, y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this nonsense? Right, Sly. This show is crazy. Sly says, this is why I love this show. Y'all talk about any and everything. That's what it's about. That's what the tea is about. Yeah.
I got a guest room for a reason, because you a guest. You ain't making it up. You ain't making it upstairs. That's for that's for distinguished VIPs.
Oh. Yeah. But I mean, at least you do get a bedroom, though. It may not be your room, but she get the guest. You said a guest bedroom.
No, I said a guest room.
Oh.
Ain't no bed in there. It's an air mattress.
Oh my gosh.
You go home with rug burns, and if you pop my air mattress, I'm going to that. You owe me $49.95. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay. But you do keep the air mattress pump, right?
You got to pump it up, and I ain't got no automatic pump. You pump it up to your comfort.
Oh, yeah.
You got to blow into it and all. I want to see how strong your lungs is.
You do the most. You do the absolute most. And I know you are lying. They got to blow that air mattress up themselves. I'll be leaving.
I mean, that's about the most action you gonna get, because in these 3 minutes with my AAA, shit, you can be like, well, girl, that man, you gonna have all kind of stories to tell about me.
Wait, first I gotta pump the air mattress. I don't get a regular room, and then I get a AAA battery. Man, bruh.
And I don't even have the heat on downstairs, to be honest with you, so you cold too. I don't never cut the heat on downstairs.
And 3 minutes.
3 minutes. You ain't. What it is? Valentine's Day? 3 minutes.
It's getting close. Victor, once I get what I want, I'm gone. I don't have to spend the night. Sex hypes me up.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about.
okay, Michelle.
I hear you.
Yes, he is cold, Chris. John said, well, ladies, at least Vic got his own. That's most that most men gotta be grateful sometimes.
Gotta be grateful. At least you ain't outside with your, you know what I'm saying, with your gear shift stuck up your tail. At least you can come in the house. That's semi cool. You out the elements. You know what I'm saying? Your tail ain't all cock up next to a window. You got an air mattress to lay on. You know what I'm saying? I do have some bottled water down there. You know, it's cool. But you ain't getting nothing to eat because that's for them children. I got little kids, fruit snacks, and then you can't get it.
So you will offer anything to eat or drink?
Because you messing up my dishes, and I'm not washing no dishes. I give you a bottle of water that you can take with you. But you ain't messing up no dishes. I got 4 plates, 4 cups, 4 spoons, 4 forks, and 4 knives.
Oh my gosh. You are silly. Maybe you need to invest in some paperware.
For what? I got 3 kids and me. You know what? One day, if you ever come over here, you'll see some of the shit I'm telling you ain't a damn lie.
Stevenson said, I am tired of Victor at this moment. Let's get to the letter, please.
What I got all them plates for?
Because you never know. You know? You just never know when you're going to need to break them out.
I got 4 plates.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, if I come over there and the kids over there,
you ain't getting a plate. It's that simple. You laughing, but I'm dead serious. I got 4 plates.
So that means you're going to have to step aside.
You act like I cook. Man, I ain't messing with you, man.
You know what? You do the most. Chris said couldn't have been bumped up on the rocking chair on porch for neighbors to see. Well, you know what, Vic? You do have that truck. That'll be kind of romantic.
Oh, you really think the next morning I got to smell your stink tail while I'm going up the street? Nah. We ain't having sex in my truck. You ain't messing up my seats. We have sex in your car.
I'm talking about you put the tail back there. Later,
So you on the bed of the truck or air mattress? You choose.
Hey, you know what? That would be kind of dope, though. Be kind of romantic on a spring night. Lay some covers back there. And
mosquitoes and all.
Watch. Watch the stars in the sky. Sure, say her tail is stank.
I mean, it's unless she come over there and wash. I mean, after you have a night out, y'all eat, after you eat, I know you done farted a couple times, and then y'all go out drinking, you done use the bathroom a few times, and then you think you just gonna get up inside my truck without running a rag up your rump.
If it's somebody you really care about, you wouldn't mind, right?
No. You tripping, man. You tripping.
Yep, mosquitoes and all. Toot that thong up out. John, log off.
How about the letter, man?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Let's get into this letter because you're something else, Victor. I'm telling you, whoever gets you is going to be a very special kind of lady.
Got to be spontaneous.
That's spontaneous. The back of the truck.
No,
spontaneous. No. No. All right, so let's get into this letter, shall we? Well, Fatine gonna be joining us shortly because we did 45 minutes talking about you and
No, we didn't, because you started late, so don't start that.
3 minutes late. Come on. 3 minutes late. Stevenson. All right, so here's the letter, guys. And you know I'm gonna get tongue tied all over this word, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Oh, I would like to remain anonymous, of course. She says, hello. I have been in a relationship with this guy for 2 years. In the beginning, as always, it starts off wonderful, but later in the relationship, I started noticing the lying, controlling issues, jealousy, and so on. I want to say he has an
Narcissistic.
narcissistic disorder. He also never admits he's wrong. If he did something wrong and I addressed it, he flips things back on me. We are no longer together, but I would love to hear your input. So I came back to her, with a few questions, because I wanted more to give to the people out there and to us, of course, so that we can understand where she's coming from. So, of course, I emailed her back and I was like, of course, you're going to stay anonymous, blah, 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 blah. So I would like a little bit more details. For instance, how old are you guys? Do y'all have any kids together? Give me a detailed story on why you call him a narcissist. So she came back and she said, I'm 45 and he is 51. We have no kids together. And my reason for saying he is a narcissist. Because he feels he has to buy gifts for everyone in his family. Everything he says is I. Like he's the only one who can provide for them. And I'm talking about the grown folks who are retired, etc. He has to pull a knot of money out whenever we're out shopping or he's buying me something. It's like he got to be flashy or want people to look at him like he's Mr. Big. She with a laughy face. He was once on a reality show years ago, and it's like he wants to be back in the spotlight. I just seen and heard a lot from this man, that I think is ridiculous for someone his age. So then it says, because then I was like, okay, so what is your question for us and the viewers? And she came back and she says, I think I stayed too long. And my question would be, when you see these signs, do you leave the relationship or stay to see if things would be different? Okay, we're going to pause right there and going to let my girl, the birthday girl. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Hey, 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 hey.
Turn up, turn up, turn up. Hey.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Sharon.
I look real bright tonight, huh?
You always look bright, sis.
Wait a minute. That's some Victor would say.
Light skin shit.
I think Victor rubbing off on you. Come on.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sharon. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Victor, why you ain't joining with the song festivities? That's all
I sung before you got here.
What? How I missed that? Rewind.
Right.
I ain't with y'all for a little bit because I've been birthdaying and everything, and woo, child, I'm about through. I'm just making it.
Well, we're glad you could join us tonight, sis.
Thank you, everyone. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, everybody. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for the birthday shout outs. I appreciate everyone. I'm glad to see another year.
I know that's right.
This here 40-something world.
Okay.
Yes.
Won't he do it?
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
Amen. All right, so you guys heard the letter. We want to help this young lady out. Her question.
See, my dog's not barking. I'm sorry. I had to catch up. Come on, my dog.
Her question is, but she thinks she stayed in a relationship too long, and her question would be, when you see these signs, do you leave the relationship or stay to see if things would be different? And a lot of times we do stay hoping things will change and will get better before they will get worse. So, I mean, I get that. And you're not the first or the last female to stay in a relationship that, you know, you've seen signs and you should have gotten out of. So definitely don't beat yourself up for that, because that goes on every single day. You said you started noticing the lying, the controlling issues, the jealousy, and so on. You say that he is a flashy dude. He always got a knot of money whenever you all go shopping. I don't know. I mean, I guess your best judgment was to get out of this relationship because you seen those signs, and I guess it was getting worse than, getting any better. So I don't think that you should be, and a lot of you may disagree with me, but I don't think you should be so quick to leave the relationship when you see signs. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people do have to go through things, and some people have to grow up in relationships. And maybe you're put in their life to help them grow and to get better. So I say, don't just leave a relationship as soon as you see something going left. But it depends on what that left is. If it's something serious and you need to go ahead and get out of, then bounce. But if it's something simple and you may give them another chance. Victor?
I want to put this comment up before I read something. It says, how would you say most domestic abusers are narcissists? So my whole thing is I'm a real I take people's words and I analyze what you say and how you say them. So that term narcissist to me is like what me and John would say, that's the end thing now. So the overview of a narcissist is a personality disorder, one of several types of personality disorders. It's a mental condition in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need for excessive attention, admiration, troubled relationships, and a lack of empathy for others. But behind the mask of extreme confidence lies a fragile self-esteem that's vulnerable to the slightest criticism. A narcissist personality disorder causes problems in many areas of life, such as relationships, work, school, financial affairs. People with narcissistic personality disorder may generally be unhappy, disappointed, and when they're not given the special favors or admiration they believe that they deserve, they may find their relationships unfulfilling, and others may not enjoy to be around them. So, that's just an overview of it, what I was reading. But what she described is that he was giving gifts to people. So is that him feeling self-worth, or is that him doing something that you don't like and him not listening to you? So my thing is, I don't like when people say use the terms right and wrong. You're telling me this man is wrong for whatever reason. So who's to say that she was right? See, that right and wrong thing is all relative. So to me, it just sounds like he did some shit that you didn't like. So off top, he wrong. So I'm gonna pass it to Sharon. I don't want to talk too much, but I'm gonna pass it to Sharon.
Yeah, I didn't see that as him being I can't even say it,
narcissist.
Anyway, I mean, you're muted, sis.
kind of have to fill me in a little bit. I'm kind of lost. Like, what's going on?
So she was with this guy for 2 years.
Okay.
And in the beginning, she said, you know, like most relationships, it start off wonderful, but later in the relationship, she started noticing the lying, the controlling issues, the jealousy, and so on. She's saying that he has a disorder,
Narcissistic.
narcissistic disorder, and he never admits he's wrong. She goes on to say that he buys gifts for everyone in his family. Everything he says is I.
Is he a Scorpio?
He act like he's the only one that can provide. She said that he's always flashing his money around, and he's been on a reality show years ago, and it's like he wants to be back in the spotlight.
That's her opinion.
So she wants to know. Her question is, my question would be, when you see these signs, do you leave the relationship or stay to see if things will be different? Now, mind you, they're not together.
They're back together?
They're not.
Oh, okay. I mean, if they're not together, then she should stay exactly where it is, the way it is, because evidently how he was acting and what he does in the relationship they had affected her in a negative way. So she did the best thing as far as, leaving him. Some people have to have the limelight and they have to have validation of everything they do. Some people, every time you see someone do something, it doesn't mean they're doing it out the goodness of their heart. They need that validation that they did something for someone. Mm-hmm. And some people are like that, and if you're not that type of person, you notice the person you're with that has that type of tendency, then, the best thing is, she already, but 2 years, that's wasted time. She can't get back. But at least she didn't marry the person and is in a, I guess bad, sad, upset, I don't know, relationship. But definitely I don't know. I just feel like some people I don't know. Why does he always have to buy gifts for his family? Because he needs validation? Or does he really
that's
just
something
love
that
them?
she is saying. She's saying that he needs.
And then him being on I think some people get the big head. He was on a reality show. He might have thought he was the ish at that point in time. He's probably living in the moment, still wants to be the ish, but couldn't do nothing else. I don't know. Maybe he needs to move out to LA and live out his dream. I don't know.
But that's her perspective that's what he's doing. I mean, I get it, but I think sometimes when we assess an individual, if we know their backstory, we assume they're trying to live out their goals. But like what Brittany was saying, that's not your place when you're doing something for family. So if I decide to give my kids, X amount of dollars, this is something that I'm giving to my children. This is something I want them to have. If I'm just providing gifts for my family, this is something that I want them to have. You know what I'm saying?
And I understand what you're saying. And you're right, Victor. But at the end of the day, after 2 years, it's a partnership. And she is in the relationship, so she can see more into it than we can just in a letter. We can easily say that, she shouldn't worry about the gifts that he's buying for his family. But if he's not doing anything for her or is lacking in that relationship, she has a right to feel some type of way. I mean, we don't know the biggest, other than the letter, what type of impact that has on their relationship by him doing that. And if they're together, think about it. The mate you're with is your best friend at that time, right? So if we was dating and if you did something, you'd be like, you know what? It's his motherfucking cousin's birthday again. I'm going to buy them something. You complaining to me about it. But at the end of the day, you buy the gift and you show up at your family like, yo, happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? People give people two different faces.
I'm with you. I see where you're coming from. What tends to happen, what could happen. And I agree with you. When you're in a relationship with someone and this is your best friend, you need to, if cousin birthday coming up and your spouse or whoever is telling you, hey, you might want to back up off, the money. I get it, but sometimes when you're used to doing something and you don't do it, the pushback is real because it's almost like, well, cuz you usually give me 150. What's up with the 75? Is it this bitch right here that's got you flipped up? So now that puts me in a position where I got to defend you against my family. And if we aren't together, then it's almost like if you leave, then guess what? I'm still stuck with these people. So it's.
I mean, at the end of the day, everybody knows, like Brittany said, she didn't. Maybe she realized that wasn't the man for her, and that's exactly what it seems like. It seemed like she cared for him, but at the end of the day, she just didn't like some of his characteristics, which is fine because you have to have somebody that you can get along with. But like I said, he might have showed her one face and show his family another. So we gotta at the end of the night, when she sit down and she got to lay in that bed and she think about stuff and what he said and how he did it. I mean, if it makes you sad or takes away from your happiness, I mean, this just doesn't work.
You're right. So how about my boy John? He said, why folks get so involved with folks, then years later act like they're such a narcissist? Act like such a narcissist years later. Blame yourself. You was the damn fool that got caught in the moment because you let love blind. Let love or lust blind you.
We all have.
Oh yeah, and I feel that way. We get ourselves into situations where is if somebody's treating you between your legs real good, and all of a sudden now all the red flags and stuff and all the stop signs that you ran, all of a sudden now it's an issue. It's like if you let this behavior start and continue, then why don't try to stop it 2 years later? I've already built the pattern. Now all of a sudden you want to stop me. That's not fair to me. It's not fair to me.
Yeah, that's 2 years in deep.
Oh, he was in there deep.
You think you wrapped it up? You don't even sound like the kind of guy to wrap it up.
I don't know about all that, but if we together 2 years and you calling me a narcissist, we done hit skin to skin a couple times now. And you 45 and 51. What we wrapping up for?
We got a 50-some-year-old again. Man, let me tell you something.
45 and 51.
These 50-year-olds they having a midlife. What's worse than a crisis? Dilemma. COVID-19, Delta. I mean, they come on, man.
Delta, we on the Omicron.
We on the Decepticons. We on the Decepticons now. Yeah.
Okay, what the Decepticons?
Yeah. They just, I mean, come on. And, I mean, but at the end of the day, I mean, it seems like they avoided a train wreck. And for 2 years, sometimes it takes longer for people to know people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and sometimes people true colors don't show until after.
Right. You could be. I mean, how many times we watch TV and somebody was living with a murderer? This nigga done killed like 5, 10 people, and you ain't even know it. You just sometimes it takes more than 2 weeks.
And then sometimes that other person will bring it out you. You know what I'm saying? You may be this calm, cool person, and then they just keep nagging and pulling at you, and then this other side come out. So
right. I know I've dated some people 6 months to a year and be like looking for excuses I can drop you.
Well, the older we get, the more a year seems like a long time versus when you're in your 20s, where a year don't really mean that much. And I think, when we get into situations, the older we get, 2 years is a long time. But when I was 22, 2 years wasn't shit. So I know the older we get, the more we value our time and the more we kind of speed things up. But if I would question if either one of them were married at some point in time for you to care that much after 2 years. Or did they live together? Because in 2 years' time, man, are we living together? I don't think so. I mean, you might have spent the night a few times, but I don't think we was living together.
Yeah, what happens?
Oh, I'm not saying it don't, but with me, I don't think 2 years we're living together. Nah.
Yeah. Nikki said lies are told in the beginning, and then true colors come out later.
I mean, I've always said everybody lies in the beginning. You're not going to sit here and get the truth when you first meet somebody. But the thing is that we have a personal perception of ourselves. All right. And I notice, and I always look at people crazy when somebody say, well, I'm a giver and I'm this and I'm that. And to me, I'm never going to believe you because how you view yourself. I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that's saying this motherfucking lying. So I'd rather say, if Veronica, if you was to sit here and say, Victor, I'm a very caring and loving person, but your ex over here saying you a cold-hearted MFer, I'm in tune to believe him because you're biased to your personal characteristics. Whereas if he's gonna give me the unadulterated truth.
That's true. But they're all lies. No.
See what I mean?
I don't know what I walked into.
I get what you're saying. Hey, Patine.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, Vic? Happy birthday, beautiful sister there.
Thank you, brother.
There you
Wait,
go.
we got the same backdrop. What's going on?
Y'all sure do.
Yeah, that's right. Don't let me turn my camera around.
I wasn't rushing you. I was asking you about why it got so dark in here. Just all the lights.
Because the lights go out. There's motion lights in this conference rooms, but mine go out quicker than that one that you in.
I'm talking about the hallway. Like all of it got pitch dark.
Oh yeah, the cleaning people.
Sorry. We're doing a show. My bad. Go ahead, Vic. Go ahead, brother. What you got for us? You put a car.
You got to feel Fatine in.
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh.
Well, like Trisha said, I think she's exaggerating, Veronica. Had to ask her too many questions. If that was so bad, she would have been more detailed.
So what's the issue?
So this young lady, Rick, you want to break it down?
All right. So there's a young lady who wrote in, and she's saying that her man of 2 years is a narcissist, or he has narcissistic characteristics. He was on a reality show at some time. She feels as if he's trying to relive the hype of being on a reality show. He gives to his family members, which she don't think he should, or as much as he should. Everything's about him. I can't think of everything, but she is the one with the problem.
Well, no. That's not the story. Tell me the story.
That's the story.
You telling me your opinion that she's the problem. What's the story? What is she complaining? So she's just complaining about him being about him.
Yeah, she said at the beginning everything was great, as most relationships starts out great, and then it turned out she started noticing the lying, the controlling issues, the jealousy, and so on. So, like Vic said about he's flashy with the money. She's saying he'd been on a reality show before, and she thinks that he wants to go back in the spotlight. And
he thinks,
yeah, she thinks he wants to go back in the spotlight. And she just said she heard a lot of ridiculous things from him, someone his age. He's 51 years old. So she's saying the question is, when you see these signs, do you leave the relationship or stay to see if things would be different?
So let me ask you a question first. So Victor, why do you say she's the problem?
I said she's the one with the problem.
Why?
She is sitting here giving her opinion about this guy on what he's doing. And I really feel like, it's all relative. I really feel like she is the one having an issue with how this guy is moving. Because if he's 51, he's been doing this shit when they first met each other. And now all of a sudden, it's an issue.
All right. So I got it. So, I mean, through what she's saying, through his behavior, I'm going on what she's saying, that It seems that he has narcissistic behavior. I can't call him a narcissist because I don't know their whole relationship, but just listening to her and allegedly, because we're not hearing both sides, but just listening to her. And one thing that Veronica did earlier, she did not, she never disclosed the letter to me, but you did mention that you had to pull a little teeth to get a little bit more info out. At the end of the day, all I can just say is her question is, if you feel that you got to make a decision, young lady, you asking a question, should you stay or should you go? And should you stay to see if this behavior change? What are you seeing to see the behavior change? If he is not saying or agreeing with you or feel that some way that what you're saying is correct and he's going to change, then he's not going to change. He's not going to change. Mm-hmm. So if you're not comfortable with that and he doesn't feel that, then you have your answer. Why do we have to say that? But you put it out there so we'll talk about it. Mm-hmm. The decision's in your lapses. If he's not going to change and you feel that this is what he's doing, and he may be doing that, but if he doesn't agree with that, and that's a disorder. Narcissistic is a disorder. So it's not just talking to him and like he's going to change. You need help with that. And if he doesn't realize that or realize that maybe what you're saying is some validity there and that maybe I need to go get some help or at least a conversation with counseling, then you have your answer. It's time to boogie.
Read that on the screen, Fatine.
Fatine, they are not even together.
Yeah, they're not together.
So what is the part about leaving then?
She wants to know, if you see signs, it's just, if she get into another relationship like this, she just want to know, when you see signs like this.
They're warning signs. They're red flags. They're red flags.
So my whole issue with this whole ordeal is she know it all. I mean, you're sitting here, a narcissist is a mental disorder that has to be diagnosed by a trained professional. I mean, that's in the description. So you're sitting here, unless she has MD behind her name, how are you sitting here telling this man that that's exactly what he is? So if you're sitting here saying every time you come up with these signs, if you see these signs, you're going to be by yourself forever.
That's an interesting point. That it is something that needs to be diagnosed medically, but it doesn't take. See, the only thing is, and I don't want to jump at Victor on this one, but I do understand, Victor, that it can play the other side sometime. But at the end of the day, sometimes people, when they write in and what they say could be right, and if they are right, then why do we always tend to have to throw them under the bus because they took the time to write the issue? She needs to get a medical diagnosis. And if he is not willing, or if she's in the future, you see these signs, there's a red flags that you look at in life, in anybody. And if you see those red flags, then you don't deal with that person. That's all to it. That's a very easy answer. If you see red flags that that you don't want to deal with, you don't need us to tell you that. They're red flags. You don't jump into it. That's all to it.
But well,
the thing about it is, when it comes to those red flags, if you see a red flag, leave or whatever. But sometimes women see shit that ain't there, and we know that.
Yep.
Men see things that
I don't want to see.
But I will say this: guys will have a guy's night out, all right, and y'all, and it's not all men, but for the most part that I've had guys night out, it's all been a bunch of bullshit and lies getting told amongst men. There might be some little, harmless, whatever. But for the most part, guys we do dumb shit when we get together. We're not sitting around trying to screw everything that's running around, but we do dumb shit. But in y'all minds, we out doing a whole bunch of shenanigans. So
Because sometimes they are out there doing a whole damn bunch.
Damn right. Damn right. Damn right.
Hell,
It's
there's
true.
some
It is.
females out there that doing some shenanigans too. Let's call it like it is.
Of
You know what I'm
course.
saying?
I just
So I ain't
said
gonna put it
most of
all
the
on
time,
y'all.
for the most part, men, when we go out, well, when I go out, the men I hang with, we don't do all that dumb shit.
Shit. I don't know. So
For the men
maybe
that I go out with,
maybe she may not have a medical backing of that he's a narcissist, but maybe she should say he has narcissistic behavior.
Correct.
You know,
That's what she
it's like,
said.
right. So, you know, she's not, I don't think she's trying to medically treat him or, you know, label him, but he has, you know, tendencies of a narcissist. So, but you know, like people are crazy, you know. I mean, what's the definition of crazy? I mean, you know, we tell people you crazy, but do we really mean it in like a crazy way? Because you know, some people are crazy and they're in mental institutions. You know, I think it's people use words sometimes loosely, like love, you know,
and
and
narcissists,
and friend
you
and
read,
narcissist, yeah,
they
too
read,
loosely, too loosely,
And
and
Yeah.
so,
friend, yeah.
And say, you know, but there's something I saw on TikTok, right? I always bring TikTok up, but I saw something on TikTok,
Mhm.
and it could be on YouTube or whatever, and it was a man holding a door for an elderly woman, and his woman jumped in and said, "What are you doing? You only hold the door for me." She walked in front of the elderly woman and bitched and moaned, and don't you ever hold the door for nobody else. You screwing her? You want to screw her? You don't hold no door. I told you. That's a problem. That's a problem. And if I wrote in about that, don't say, well, I got the problem. She got the damn problem. If I can't hold a door for an elderly woman, and first of all, ain't no woman gonna tell me that. I'm not gonna allow that. Just like if she held the door for an elderly man, I'm not gonna jump out there and say anything. So there are signs out there that there's something wrong. If a woman does that, don't hold that door for that elderly woman. You only hold the door for me. What kind of crap is that? That's a red flag. That's a red, blue, green, and a black flag.
Yeah, and now if you're just getting with somebody and that type of behavior is going on, you already know where this is leading. But this young lady is talking about she was in the relationship and later on in the relationship, she started seeing the signs. If you're seeing these signs, like I said, when you first get with somebody, you might want to walk away.
Right.
Because who's going to have a problem with you holding the door for an elderly lady?
Right.
And she walked in before you did.
Right.
Come on now.
And no,
I know, Victor, I know you ain't gonna have no, you got something to say. I know you ain't got no problem with that.
so it depends on what we're doing. Sometimes holding the door it is what it is. I don't do things like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't put myself in those situations.
Wait.
What do you mean? What
So
kind of situation is holding the door for an elderly person?
you wouldn't hold the door for an elderly person?
I would hold the door for a woman that's behind me. What's the problem?
You would want your woman to walk in first, Victor? Is that what you're saying?
So if I wasn't there, how would she get in that door?
She had
She
to
would
open
open
her
it
daggone
herself.
self.
Okay, then. So ain't no point in me opening the door. If you can't open that door by yourself, then you shouldn't be out.
Then in life, there's called gentleman things or just doing the right thing. Even a woman, even a female may hold the door open for another if she sees an elderly man or elderly woman. It's just called etiquette. And I think that some of us just have etiquette in life. And I'm not gonna sit there and say, well, if I wasn't here, how was this woman going to open the door? That's selfish. That's selfish, and that's a problem. That's just my opinion. Now, you're going to do what you want to do, but I would not do that, and it's not looked and it's frowned upon. And if if they saw that on television, you may not care, but they will run your ass ragged on something like that.
But see, that's just the point. I don't care. So
I hold the door for anybody.
The thing is that I have a real problem with people expecting shit, and then when they don't get it, they have a problem. So the same when women go to a bar with no money and expect a man to pay for things. The same thing when a woman walks up to a door. Now, if we're together, that's something different. If we're not together, I mean, it ain't my responsibility. You getting inside that door, getting inside this facility, whatever we walking into. But the thing about it is, you would say that that's the right thing to do, but that is your right thing to do. See, I had to teach my son a long time ago. People run games on you a lot, and you gotta always keep your head on the swivel. And if you think an old person won't get you or pull a roost on you just as fast as with a young person, I seen the shit happen in Mexico, where an old woman was part of a roost to get somebody and they got pickpocketed. So I'm always on the swivel. I give everybody as a potential candidate for an ass whooping. I'm not saying I put my hands on an old woman, but I'm not going to put myself in a predicament where it's perceived as something other than what it really is. So Gail is saying chivalry is dead. Chivalry is not dead. If you're not with me, then I have no issue to interact with you. I'm not interacting with you. For what? If we together, Via tell you, V don't touch no door handles when we together. But if somebody else is up there, man, she can walk in there and get it her damn self. That ain't on me.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say, because you never let me open the door.
Because I'm real funny about when we're together. When we're together and you're a woman, you're right. I do not let you touch a door handle. I always open the door. But my thing is, like he said, you see an older woman walking in, I'm sitting back, I'm watching. Like, go ahead and walk in the door, man.
Well, I'm good. Thank God for automatic doors.
Thank God, because if it wasn't for that, who knows how she would have ever got in that door.
It's just one thing.
It's common courtesy.
Yeah, just common courtesy. I mean, Cheryl said that.
That's common. That's common.
You're walking in the door and somebody's right behind you. You tell me you just can't hold that door so they can grab it?
That ain't my responsibility for you to
I'm not
get in.
saying it's not about being your responsibility.
So I'm telling you, no, I don't.
Okay. I mean, it's not about being your responsibility, but you just want to be afraid of.
To me, it is not my
That's not a responsibility. A responsibility in life is to make sure, that you pay your bills, you go to work, right? You take care of your kids.
Bills is not my responsibility in life is to make sure that I'm okay. That's my responsibility.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. My thing is, I heard this before. This is not for teens speaking, but I do believe in it. And it's something that Victor said is very interesting. I'm not putting Victor in this category. Victor thinks a little different. But somebody told me before that a good-hearted person could get taken by a thief, right? Because they tend to give people the benefit of the doubt. A stealer or a liar or a robber, they don't give nobody the benefit of the doubt because they think like that. So they think that everybody's like them. And it's a mindset. So when it comes down to a mindset, because I see people go through a door and they'll let the door go. And I hate to say, maybe I got something wrong with me. I just think that's crazy. And I've gotten mad and said something. You can't hold the door? And kind of dared them to say something. But at the end of the day, I just look out for me. And if I see somebody behind me, or if I see you 2 steps behind me, I don't care if it's a brother or a female, young or old. It ain't got to be elderly. If it's a child, I'm going to hold the door for them. That's what I would, I'd not say expect, but that's what I taught my children. And they ain't going to be taken because they hold the door for somebody and to run the okie doke on them. There's just certain things in life that you just do just to be giving. It's not always about yourself. Yeah, our self-preservation is number one, but life is about giving. And when you help the next person and that person helps the next person, this world becomes a better place. When you are selfish, that's where you see a lot of selfish behavior and you see ill behavior. And that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I don't live my life like that.
You can't be wrong if that's your opinion, if that applies to you. You're never wrong. That's my thing with right or wrong. People love to say that somebody else is wrong, but in your world, in your life, you can't be wrong, bro, unless you admit that you're wrong.
Well, that's how you.
And period, Pooh.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna ask Veronica. Do you expect?
I slammed the door in her face to Victor White.
Yeah. I was going to ask Veronica and the birthday girl, do y'all expect that you out with a man? Like me and Veronica went out to eat the other night, and she didn't have to touch no door handle when she was with me, neither. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, do you expect, if you're out with a male, do you expect them to open the doors for you?
I do. I'm not going to say the car door, but definitely if we're walking in a building together, yeah.
Birthday girl?
I don't expect nothing from nobody. I expect it from my man. So if we're all out and you don't open the door, I know how to open up my own door. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look at you any other type of way. But where I'm from, they open up the doors.
I thought
You ain't
he was
gonna
talking
touch
about
no car door, and you're not gonna touch a door to a building. I mean, they literally might break your wrist off. Like, what you doing? I mean, so they just don't play about women open up doors and stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, it is something that I grew up with. That's our era. They don't do it in DC.
Yeah.
They're not gonna let the woman in DMV. You're not gonna walk on the street side. You're gonna walk on the inside. You know, it's just how it is. You ain't gonna touch the door.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you just one thing that I do. Two things. The first thing is, if a man opens the door for his woman, and then he tells me to go, I grab the door and let him go. I always do that. If I hold the door, if I hold the door open for a woman and I see she's with a man, I hold the door for both of them. I don't just hold the door for her and then walk in front of him. That's crazy. If I hold the door for her and they together, I hold it for both of them, and that's it. And I go about my business. I don't need, I mean, a little thank you, and that's it. And I say thank you, and we go about our business, and that's it. That's it. It's just called common courtesy. That's it.
Brittany says that. Go ahead, Sharon.
Go ahead.
Brittany says, I expect it because the second we don't allow y'all to be a man, y'all crying about it and saying we're aggressive.
Valid statement. That's valid. Very.
Yeah, I'm not getting ready to do this and wait for you. I mean, I have done that to you, Victor. But I'm not here to just get it. I'm not touching the door until you know. If he don't reach to grab the door, I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna go in.
Yeah.
But do I expect it? Yeah, I do.
I don't know. It's something that I'm used to. Just like getting my gas pump. I don't know. I'm just we don't open doors, car doors and doors. I mean, whatever two different places, there they were raised to open up doors for women. Here, I don't know. I'm not originally from here. So, but I can see that they don't do a lot of stuff that we do. I mean, each his own.
Freaking backwards woods. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I mean, I'm not saying it's that now, but because times have changed. But I've just seen gentlemen be gentlemen, from the South, and I've seen them, my family, my father's, all my uncles is from the South. My family, my mom's, everybody's from the South. My father opened the door for my mother, but my mother can open the door for herself. She was independent, but there were some things that he would do and some things that she would do, That's all to it.
Brittany, he is out there, honey. Trust me.
Yeah, he up north. You know why I said he up north? Wait a minute.
He ain't.
Wait a minute. The reason why I say he up north is because you don't pump your own gas up north.
I already say, yeah, they don't. Yeah. Like Jersey, New York, you pull up to the pump, they pump for you.
Except for
Jersey, not New York. Jersey, not New York. Not New York.
They used to do it in Virginia too. Like they had, you had some self-service, but you had like service stations. I grew up with them. And like you pull up, they pump your gas, and then they kind of faded out a little bit. But New Jersey said, heck to the no.
Yeah.
And New York, because people still gas. So, they're like, nah. They're going to slide their car in and they're going to pump for you. So you're right, Vic.
But a lot of women now that they just don't want the BS. So they get out and pump their own gas, because if somebody offer to pump their gas, either, at least in up north, either they want money, change, or they trying to hit on you. And a lot of women be like, I ain't got time for this. I got my baby in the back, or I got something else to do. I'm not interested. So I pump my own gas. excuse me, and I don't want to give you no change. So that's how it works sometimes, you know. And then there's some women that be like looking for somebody to pump their gas because it's cold outside.
So the thing I have a problem with is when you start women doing all this expecting, but what are you giving? You know what I'm saying? When you want me to, you know, and I'm just talking about the door opening thing. So um some people feel like they should get things because they were born a certain way. And that's not true. You got to earn a lot of these things. So there are women that will use their femininity or feminine traits to get things from men. And I'm not talking about nobody in the relationship. I'm just talking about just being strictly a woman. And I'm strictly talking to the women that, like I said, go to bars and will sit at a bar and just go to the bar with $5 and expect to get drunk all night off a man just because she's a woman and she's giving him her time. That's what I have a problem with. So that's why I don't promote behavior like that, because if you're out and you expect me to open the door for you just because you're a woman, then you're going to always expect shit just because you're a woman. You're going to have to be independent at some point in time.
Well, first of all, I'm definitely not getting ready to sit to a bar.
That's
not
you.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Me, I'm definitely not getting ready to go to a bar with $5 in my pocket, because I'm not expecting no one to buy me a drink. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for, you know, anywhere. Like, I'm not getting ready to go and not have enough funds to cover me. I'm just saying.
Well, so Cheryl, I'm not saying they're going out broke. They're not broke. They're just not spending their money. That's the thing. Like you see that. These women, and the only reason I'm on them because I'm not checking for dudes. So I don't know what the hell the men are doing. But I see women in bars. They will sit there. They be dressed for success. Everything's tip top. And they will entertain a man just enough to get a drink or whatever, get drunk, and then they out. And it's like, you know, I don't blame her. I blame him for allowing himself to be used like that. See, sometimes I feel like when we give those compliments, or if you go into a store and you hold the door for a woman, you know what, ma'am, you smell mighty good, you nice, and you spark up a little conversation in the store. 15, 20 minutes down the road, you paying for some groceries and she going home cooking for another nigga. So I don't even put myself in that predicament where I can see, because I've had homeboys that done some dumb shit like that. They start a conversation at the door. Next thing they know, they buying $225 worth of groceries, and she going home cooking for somebody else. And I'm looking at him like, you stupid. All you had to do was not open the door, and you'd had $225 in your pocket.
I think instinct is interesting, and how people use certain things to their advantage. They use certain things to their advantage at the end of the day. And if Victor went to a gas station and went inside the gas station and stopped the robbery, right? You stopped the robbery. Yeah, you stopped the robbery.
That ain't happening.
Now you accidentally stopped the robbery. You walked in there running your mouth and accidentally hit the gun out the guy's hand, right? And stopped the robbery. Then you go back and the guy gives you free gas. You know, I'm not saying that you look for it, but at the end of the day, people take advantage of certain things. And I'm not going to throw a woman under the bus. You know, it's up, like you said, you get mad at the man. If the man wants to put himself in that situation, then do it. Just don't bitch about it. That's what pisses me off. Oh, you know, you think that I'm buying this woman drinks that I'm going to be able to take her home or whatever. You may. Who knows? I don't know. But at the end of the day, if you don't bitch to me that you done spend $200 on the best drinks that she could get, or the most expensive drinks, because you're a dumbass. And a woman's gonna play a man on that, and a man will play a woman on that sometime. So I'm not gonna just throw women under the bus. You know, you just got to know the game, and if you don't know the game, you shouldn't be out there sometime.
As long as the playing field is fair, man. But the playing
ain't no playing field fair, bro. You know that
it ain't fair. I have my biggest issue is, I don't know how we really got all the way on this subject, but when people use when one sex uses the other sex. Yes, we use y'all. I always listen. Wait a minute. I always thought we used y'all for a good time in between the sheets, but I've realized that y'all are nastier than we are. And I didn't, it took me a while to realize that y'all be using us. So, I'm just saying,
They got the magic box, bro.
I just feel like, when it comes to
Sorry, Pastor.
I think when it comes to things like that, the playing field, if you're not eligible to play, you shouldn't even be out there playing.
Yeah, well, that's it.
If you got a man at home and you want to have a drink, don't come out, you know what I'm saying, with the fucking dress on and the fucking hairdo, and you just out there popping, and then my stupid ass walk up on you and you have a whole 45-minute conversation, and I done bought $75 worth of drinks, and now you want to go home, and then now you want to know why this beer bottle went upside your damn head. It ain't my fault.
You're gonna catch that.
Yes, it is.
Charges. That's what you're gonna do. Then it's gonna be your fault. But nowadays, one drink costs about $75. So
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be careful.
$75 back.
Yeah, one drink, $75, man. Yeah.
And it be watered down too. And it be watered down.
They sure do. Like, look, give me all my liquor. Give me all of
That's
that.
right.
So,
Give me the whole bottle.
You know what, John?
But see, what he's saying is, who wants some meat? But my thing is that's how people get put in predicaments. Is when money start getting spent, doors start getting held, groceries start getting bought, and all this stuff. If I buy your groceries, I need to come help you eat them. That's how I feel.
Not if you put me on no air mattress. Stay over there.
I mean, if I'm buying groceries,
I'm gonna bring a pen and put in your air mattress and let all your air out.
I need to come help put them up. If I'm buying liquor, I need to watch you, sober up. That's how I feel. That's why I don't do things like that.
You need to watch them sober up. Please explain.
What's that?
You need to watch somebody sober up.
Yeah. So that means if I buy you at the bar, that means we got to leave together.
Okay, you was through. Okay.
I'm saying we got to leave together. Yeah. But see, and that's the thing though. See, that's how I feel like a lot of women get put in situations that you'll sit there, and I'm not saying you're using the guy, but you don't set those boundaries early. When a guy comes over and he sits down, hey, how you doing? My name Vic. What's your name? Vic. My name XYZ. I got a man, but nice to meet you. I already know. It's my dumb ass if I pursue it after that.
That's true.
Because I already know I could probably get the draws because you still entertaining me. So, all we doing now is negotiating the price.
Some ladies are just nice like that. Some ladies are just nice like that. Like they don't want to be like, I have a man. Get out my face.
You be having a conversation with a stranger, with a strange man in a place drinking alcohol. To me, that's a sign of that's just dangerous as hell.
Because some have a man and want a boyfriend. You might just
and that's what I'm saying. That is dangerous. That's dangerous as hell.
Not if it's an agreement.
I'm saying you just meeting them now. Come on now. I'm saying you just meeting them.
Then we have a little talk about one night stands before.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Damn, you damn grown, man. You grown.
Like,
you want to do what the hell you want to do. You grown. You grown. You do.
I'm not gonna entertain them.
Yeah, you grown and you do what you want to do. But Vic makes an interesting point because I don't want to use the example, but there's a lot of times it's crazy, and that's why men has to be very careful. And I'm talking to the men on this one because some men, when a woman says no, they still think that it's yes. You know what I'm saying?
She had to go.
Yeah. So, she stayed on pretty good for her birthday, but at the end of the day, some men that have had experience where a woman has said, no. I wasn't even trying to get with this young lady. And she kept saying, you ain't getting none. I don't want none. I don't even know why you at my house because you came over so you could get a cab to go home.
Wait a minute. She came to your house to get
She
a
came.
cab
What
to go
happened
home.
is we dropped off her friend, came over to my house, and don't let me give you the year because this is the 80s, y'all. So anybody looking, so this is the 80s. I was a single man. She comes upstairs. She has a man. She has a man. I ain't interested. She already said Vic said she laid it down. I got a man. I'm not interested. That's cool. That's cool. I'm fine. Do you have a TV? Yeah. I didn't offer you the TV. TV's in my bedroom. Why would I take you in my bedroom? I ain't got no chairs in the bedroom. It's a TV in the bed. Why would I take you in there? You already said that. I don't want you to even look at me like that.
She already throwing it. I mean, it's
That exactly,
yeah.
Vic. But I didn't say nothing. But that's what I'm trying to say. You can say no, but you already know in your mind what you're going to do. You understand what I'm saying? As men, I've learned the whole thing. No is no. Ain't no use of me. I ain't trying to con you into nothing. I ain't trying to talk you into nothing. If you say no, it's no. I wasn't asking for nothing. I didn't even want to go out that night. My friend begged me to go to keep her company because I got them tickets for something from the radio station for New Year's. I didn't want to go. I want to stay home. They begged me to go. So I just said, all right, I'll go. So,
John,
and John, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it happens like that, Joe. John.
so she
you're
still
right.
took your meat for tea?
Yes, she did.
See, and it was all right. So, in
You-
my opinion, in that whole situation, you more at fault than she was.
Exactly.
Because you let her come upstairs knowing what the hell it was.
No, okay. I mean, you want to blame me, but I'm telling you, I'll tell you, I ain't got nothing to hide in this. If I was still pursuing it, it was 3:30 in the morning. So I figure you come upstairs back. Listen, there ain't no Uber back then. And back where we used to live, you could catch a cab in the street. But if it's late in the night, you come upstairs, you call a cab. We didn't have cell phones back then. Not the 80s. We had beepers maybe, but we didn't have cell phones. So you come upstairs, you call a cab and go home. That's all.
Most of us know about the 80s now. Come on now.
Yeah, well, you know.
But 3:30 in the morning, bro. First of all, if we leave an establishment, why you ain't catch a cab then?
We all took a cab to her girlfriend's house and dropped her girlfriend and boyfriend off. That her girlfriend and boyfriend got she's I don't know where her girlfriend and boyfriend, she come back. Girlfriend and boyfriend got into an argument. So that cab left us. We couldn't get another cab, so we wound up walking to my house. Yeah. That's what happened.
So once the cab dropped them off, she couldn't just take that cab and go away.
No, because the girlfriend and the guy got into the fight and that cab took off.
So, like Cheryl said, just right now for team, she did not take your meat, man. You gave it to her.
No, she took that. She's the one that made the move. Cheryl, she's the one that made the move because I like I said, I didn't push up on this young lady. The point I'm just trying to say is when a woman says no is no, and that's all to it. It's no. Women feel that if a man says no, that they feel that they can push a little bit further because the male ego is going to, or there's no harm in that, and a man don't want to look like he's fragile at the end of the day, but there may be a reason that he don't want to be bothered at the end of the day, and no means no.
So Rashida said she would have never gotten my house, but I know you were trying to be a gentleman. So she wasn't standing outside alone. Outside.
I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, I would, I've never hid nothing on the show. So it was like that. It was like that, but I was more surprised than anything when something happened because she approached me, so it was surprising, but after that, she stayed.
You see what Cheryl say? But I think being a gentleman sometimes it could put you in a predicament, just like with women. You can get. She didn't take your meat. She threw it at you and you caught it.
Damn right, you got it, Cheryl. Threw it up and caught it, girl. That's right. You got it, Cheryl.
Exactly, man.
What's going on with Veronica? She better come over here and sit by me and do the rest of the show.
So what you think? What your thoughts is on the letter, though, for real?
I just think that in life, There are signs that people have, and I just think that you can't always gauge on the first sign or two. It depends. If you're meeting someone and you get in a relationship and you see a red flag here, you make a note of it. You make a note of it and you see where it goes. If you see more signs coming, because you got to realize, Vic, and you know this for a fact, most of the time people meeting in the beginning of a relationship, they're always on their best behavior.
Of
You're not
course.
going, yeah, you're always on the best behavior. Their tub is washed out, they no dishes in the sink. You know what I'm saying? They're always on their best behavior. But as time goes over, and if you get red flags in the beginning, you make a mental note. And if you start to see that same red flag or other red flags come up, then you be like, you should know what you're not going to deal with. And if you know what you're not going to deal with, then you know that this is taboo and this is not worth it. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to think with this head. And a lot of times us men think with the other head, and that gets us in more trouble. Now, on the flip side, it being a woman, she sees these red flags and you've had experience with red flags before, then you have to say, you know what? Nah, this is not for me.
So tell me what you mean by this. You never see the red flags until after the fact. I don't, what after the what fact? Because Go ahead, Victor.
Go ahead, Victor.
No, you please let me know.
Sometimes we don't want to see the red flags.
But what's after what fact though?
I mean, I'm just like,
I'll give you one. You walking down the street with your man, you and Victor are a couple. You walk down the street and Victor cousin from New York is visiting and runs up on Victor and say, "Hey Vic, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah." And you introduce, but they're all distant cousins or friends or something like that. After you introduce and put her, say so-and-so, and then Veronica, you'll walk on, she's like, "Yo, she got a nice body. I know you interested. I know you want to." And you be like, "No, that's a friend or that's a family member or whatever." And when Veronica keeps saying, "Nah, man, you like her," that's a red flag. There's something wrong with that. There's a red flag right there. What is wrong with you saying, "I'm trying to hit my cousin"? You understand what I'm saying? Something is wrong with you just out of the blue saying, "Yo, she look good. I think you want to hit that." That's a red flag. I just want to give you something on the extreme side because I've seen people do this. I've seen jealousy as being one of those big red flags.
Yeah, I'm confused. I don't know what the hell you was talking about.
I'm just trying to use an example of what a red flag is. If you out with someone and they show jealousy where there don't needs to be no jealousy.
Like when you were saying about the elderly lady, he opened the door for the elderly lady and she made a big deal about it. Go ahead.
Oh, that's definitely a damn red flag. There's something wrong with that woman.
So Brittany's saying it's the timing of the red flag. Now, I'm more in tune with that because when I asked Cheryl the question, like, after the fact, and Cheryl says after one red flag, it hits you after one of the red flags hits you in the head. So I was kind of really stuck on what Cheryl says, after the fact, you know what I'm saying, is of the red flag. Let me pull up her comment exactly what she said. You never see the red flags. You never see the red flags until after the fact. And I'm like, after what? After sex, after your feelings is involved, after the first fifth date, after parents been met. Like, what do you mean by you don't see the red flags until after what fact? Like what?
After the fact you leave? And you be like, after the fact that you leave? Like,
well, after you were in a relationship, you already went that far, right?
Because
she has to explain that.
Because to me, certain red flags don't necessarily mean it's not warrant for me to leave. There's certain things that are non-negotiables with me, but then there's certain things that I'm just like, okay, I can deal with this. Like if you come in the bathroom and I'm in there using the bathroom, I'm like, I can put up with that, but I'm just going to tell you about yourself after the fact. But it's not grounds. I mean, I can say grounds, but I'm not going to leave you just because of you made me feel uncomfortable. But if you flat out disrespect me, to me, that's different.
Mm-hmm. What I said is, so if people are getting confused out here, what I'm saying is a red flag is is that you somewhere with your woman and there's a family gathering. I'll change it. Family gathering, and your cousin comes up to you and says something to you, looks good, but your woman, after your cousin leaves, your woman makes a statement that, oh, you want to get with your cousin. There,
Yeah.
I'm just using that as extreme. Don't think that hasn't happened, John. Don't sit there and say that hasn't happened. I've seen jealousy come up amongst family members with their mates. Don't tell me that. I've seen that. I've seen that.
Well, and going back to Cheryl, see, that's what I said. You don't see it until after, like, you broke up with someone, and people be like, "Oh, I could have told you this, I could have told you that." Well, don't tell me now. We're not together. You know what I'm saying? That you notice a lot of red flags, and you be like, "Dang, I should have."
But we all can say hindsight's to anytime two people break up, you're gonna always nobody really breaks up on really good terms unless somebody dies. But nobody's gonna sit there and say when they break up, you know what, this was a nice run, we had a good run, let's go ahead and part ways. It's always, well, I should have broke up with you when you peed in the bed the first time. I mean, it's always some shit when y'all break up. So hindsight is always 2020. So I get it, but how about that right there? How about that comment right there?
I'm convinced the teen has lived a while.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
I'm glad.
Look how he said it though.
It's true. It's interesting. That's it.
You a wild boy, Cole.
Yeah, the team been around a block or two.
So Cheryl says, when the fog clears, you see a lot of stuff. I've been a fool in love or lust. So my thing is that term fool. All right. Love is not, I ain't gonna say it's not natural, but love is just.
Love will make you do some things that you shouldn't be doing, but you do it because you.
Well, love is, and I get what you're saying, but love is very complicated. Let me say that, because you tend to put your self-worth second to the person you love. And to me, that is something that's, I ain't gonna say not natural, but that's just something that you tend to not do. So love or lust will make you do things that you normally a level-headed person wouldn't do. Let me say that.
Mm-hmm. Got to be careful. That's why you don't have sex with them, and that's why you don't feed them.
And that's why you can be by yourself.
Never. By choice. Yes, you're right.
No comment. Victor said everything. He's right. He's right. Victor's right on that one. You'll be by yourself. Y'all want to play them games.
Ain't nobody, I mean, you ain't gonna feed me and you ain't gonna screw me.
Shit. we sing that same song.
Oh man. Well, I think that can go both ways though.
I mean, I'm gonna feed you, but we're going out there. See, that's so. Let me ask you this: why does a woman consider us taking them out to eat as a sign of affection and love, but we consider them cooking us a meal a sign of affection and love?
So what's the question?
So that's what I'm saying. You notice how a woman will feel, I don't want to say a woman will feel satisfied if we take them out to eat. But we feel more satisfaction if she actually cooks.
Yeah, and one of the things is that it's territorial in the male and the woman. I just try to be simple. When a woman cooks, it's like, especially if she can cook, they put they say they cook with love, and they do it because they want to show their appreciation to us. When we take them out to eat, you know, even if we are chef or whatever, and a lot of us are just not chefs, but when we take them out to eat, a lot of times women like that whole go out to the restaurant, they don't have to cook, and they out of the house. So it's looked upon by two different genders at a different way. I agree with Victor. You know, when a woman takes the time that can cook, and take the time to cook, I feel like, yo, she's really going out her way to do this. And for me to take them out to eat, I'm really saying to you, I really appreciate you. And if you are a person that either cooking or working or have a tough time, this is a way of me saying, I appreciate it, and here's my gratitude by taking you out and make sure that you can sit back and exhale and enjoy yourself and have a good meal, something to drink, and just relax and to be you. Enjoy yourself. So I agree.
And it goes both ways.
You
Both
know, a lot of women don't take men out because they don't feel like especially if it's their man, they want to pay or they have to pay or whatever. And a lot of women just feel that by cooking, it's just they control the mood, they control the atmosphere, especially when they do that. They control that.
Christina says she would rather have him cook for her.
Well, I mean, it's what
Don't
it
let her cook for you, Mr. Sammy says.
Oh God.
See, that's going back, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Vic.
No, you good. You good.
John says you want a hubby, but what are you gonna do to show you a wife if you ain't cooking or coming off the pool? See, but that was going back. I said that, John, because I think it was last week I made a comment of this girl. She was saying that her grandmother always told her, don't get involved. How you don't get involved with a guy or attached to a guy, you don't cook for them and you don't give them sex.
I'm gonna put this up. So Patricia says, and this is really key, and I need all women to listen to this. She says, if she cooks and it's not good, are you supposed to pretend to like it after she put forth the effort? I don't think there's a man, and there are some stupid ass men in this world. But if I love you and care about you, I'm going to eat it. And I'm going to act like it was the best thing. My ex-fiance made some of no, she could cook. But I'll never forget, there was a dish that she made. And it was just as nasty. It was like squash and all kind of shit. I can't remember everything that was in it. But I ate it. But I didn't say anything about that until the next date. And she was like, yeah, you want to take this for lunch? And I was like, oh. But that's just the thing, you know, men, if a teen would tell you this, we are more compassionate about your feelings than y'all are about ours. Because we will do shit that we really don't want to do just to put a smile on your face. But if we want y'all to do something with us, you a bitch, moan and complain and be like, well, why I got to do this? And why we got to do this? And da-da-da-da-da.
That's interesting. But, you know, when I was in my 20s, I would have done that, maybe in my early 30s. But now I ain't upsetting my stomach. If that shit ain't good, I'm not eating it. And I'm telling you, this is a little, you know, somebody made something recently and I told them, I was like, I appreciate you trying, but I'm not eating that. That's soggy. I'm not eating that. Did you eat that? Did you enjoy that? Nope, didn't eat it. It was soggy. Didn't do that. And I don't mean to hurt nobody's feelings, but I'm not upsetting my stomach for nobody. See, like Victor said, you got to look out for self. I ain't putting nothing in my stomach that ain't right. And I'm in that bathroom for 2 days. And no, hell no.
Yeah, but and you do have men that will tell that woman, oh no.
I'm not eating that.
Try
what the hell is that? You done burnt. My mother cooked it. Look, they told my mother was drinking at that time and she dried out that turkey. Ain't no gravy, ain't mixing it in with your food, did nothing. That dry turkey, you could have blow out and it came out like powder. That was a dry turkey. And my aunt told my mom, yo, that was a dry turkey. You got some other meat because we ain't eating this. You know.
But Brittany says we pretend 75% of the 75% of the time to stroke y'all egos.
And we
But that's
pretend,
another thing.
97% of the time.
Lies.
But T, how many times, how many times, and it was a joke, how many times a woman say, how does this make me look? And we think to ourselves, motherfucker, I done seen you naked. You know how this shit make you look. Why are you asking me? I'm not going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you exactly what the hell you want to hear.
That's wrong.
When you told me the other day, Vic, my butt getting big. No, it's not. See?
We thought you was quoting a Nelly song or something, so that's why we nodded our head with you. Mm-hmm.
So you telling me you was lying, or you was telling me?
He's lying.
He's
lying.
No, that day I was telling the truth.
No, you was lying. Thank you.
Oh, that day was telling the truth.
Be quiet, Patine. Well, whose side are you on here?
I love you too, but
side of the truth.
That's all right. I'm working on my buns. All right. This ain't about me. John said, ask me a question. Prepare your ass for this brutal truth. You've been warned, future wife.
You know, it's, hey, to each his own, but all I know is I'm lying. I'm doing whatever I got to do to make it to the next day. I'm lying. If you laying up in this bed with me and you say, well, baby, was I snoring last night? Nope. Did you sleep well? Yep. I sure did.
Shit, I was like, yo, I nudge your ass. I ain't gonna let you snore all night. Nudge you. All right, you gotta move over. You gotta turn over. Oh, I was snoring. Yep. Then they just turn their ass over. That's all to it. What the hell? But I like what Brittany said to you. She said, sis, I saw that wagon you were carrying. Boy, Britt, your damn nose is growing, girl.
That's right. Fatine, hush your mouth.
People that seen our pictures.
Stevenson's my never mind on that part. Shut up.
Oh gosh, boy, I love this.
My butt match my body, all right? Body, yada, 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 yada.
Oh, don't do that.
All right, let's wrap it up. What's your final thoughts on this letter?
I was just trying to figure out one more thing real quick. So they were together, but she left it? What's the, because I'm lost.
They're not together. She's just trying to figure out, she get in another relationship. She's trying to say the signs. When you see the signs, is that a sign for you to go ahead and step away? Or should you hold on and see where it's going to lead?
Oh, okay, good. So I'm gonna give my final thoughts. I feel if you see those signs, you step away. And I give you an example. In my first my first marriage, shit's complicated.
Go ahead.
But this young lady had a child. And she had a child. It wasn't my child. It was someone else's child. And the ups and downs that I went through in that circumstance, in that situation. So when I got out of that situation, that's a red flag for me. So I met other young ladies that had children, and whatever it was, whatever friends with benefits or whatever, I never got into a serious relationship with another woman with a child that wasn't mine. I already knew in the back of my head that the next serious relationship I want to get into, it would be with somebody without a child. You understand? And, so for me, I think when you see red flags that you are against or moving forward, you use those are your boundaries. Those are boundaries that you set for yourself, that you say, I'm not going to go in that direction because you may have had a bad experience with them or whatever. So I think that when you see those red flags, and you're not willing to trade them off for some other good things or qualities of that person, then it doesn't make sense of moving forward. That's all. That's what I'm saying. That's my final thoughts.
So I'm gonna say this. I feel like if you see, it depends. If somebody's showing a sign of abuse, any kind of abuse. We're not talking about all the bad abuse. We're talking about abuse in general. So all I'm saying is, when it comes down to it, if you want to sit here and looking for a reason to run every time, you're never going to plant your feet firmly nowhere, and you're never going to be in a serious relationship, and you're going to always be on the lookout for a red flag. So
Right.
everybody's red flags are different. Some people are not. Some things are not that serious to some people than others. But I just feel like, just be careful how you label people. Every man that's confident is not a narcissist. Every man that's confident is not egotistical. You know, there are some men that's out here that, you know, are just confident men that come from nothing, and, you know, they like to toot their horn every now and then.
Yeah.
And if you can't be with a man like that, then sis, you shouldn't be with a man like that. But you labeling him a narcissist is something that I feel like you're overstepping your boundaries because you didn't get along with him.
Can I comment on Victor real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I just really real quick. So that's interesting. I don't know if I would label like some of the red flags. Like you, Victor did a good summary here.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say one thing. I like your summary from the perspective of not labeling a person. Like I gave the instance where I was at in my stage. I was in my 20s. I was 25, between 25 and, you know, till I got into another serious relationship at 28. So at that particular time, I just didn't want to go through that with another woman. But I didn't label her, all women with children, blah, blah, blah. I didn't do that. What I'm saying is I took into consideration of some of the things I went through. And then I just said, you know what? I just don't want to put myself in another situation to deal with that. But I didn't label them. Some of those young ladies that had children were beautiful people, and they remained friends in my life. But I just knew what I was looking to build, and I was looking to build and try to start with my own, you know, biological children at the end of the day. So I agree with Victor on to say that you don't have to label everyone because you see a red flag that they're this or they that. But if that red flag stops you or is a hindrance for you moving forward, then there's no reason we're moving forward. So I like that summary there, Vic.
So not to get too more long-winded, but if you look back at all your relationships, that I'm gonna say this, when I look back at all my relationships that I've been in, I can pinpoint a time that I could have done something different to make it work. Not to say that I was the cause of the breakup, but I could have moved different. I could have been there and this might not would have happened, or could have worded this different and this not would have happened. You know, like I said, hindsight is all 20/20. But if you really want to be with a person, you will make it work. I feel like you will make it work.
That's true. That's true. You would do your best to make it work unless the other person is just such a problematic that nothing works for them.
But you'll still be with that person though. We
don't mean you'll be happy. Don't mean you'll be happy.
Yeah, exactly. Don't mean you'll be happy.
Don't mean you'll be happy.
And see, that's what I said at the beginning. Like, we've all been there. We've all been in relationships where we saw flags, but we chose to stay there because we had feelings for that particular person. So I say this again, and it's kind of what Victor was saying. Sometimes we can't go off the first signs that we see. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always going to be jumping in and out of relationship if you see one sign and you're ready to move on without giving a person a chance. Some people are put in your life for them to grow off of you. You show them things of how they can grow and come better people. So you have to give people a chance. I mean, I'm not saying the big red signs where, you know, they're beating you up, or, you know, you're in an abusive relationship, you're there to make them stronger, to better them. I'm not talking about those kind of red flags, but I'm talking about little stuff that maybe you can overlook and continue with the relationship. Don't be so quick to walk away, because, I mean, you never know why you are meant to be there. If that makes sense. But if this was and she said at the beginning, everything was wonderful, like most relationships, everything is good, you know. And then later on down the road, this is when she, you know, came across the lies and all of that other stuff. So she knew it was time to go. She did what she had to do, and that's that. Now you've been through that, so now you know what to look for in the next relationship as you move along. So you know what you want to take and what you don't want to take. So.
Well, see, the only thing I'll say in rebuttal to that is you're saying everything's good in the beginning because you probably didn't really feel like your opinion should have been voiced. But once you start voicing your opinion and you realize that, you know, he was pretty much saying, you know, I hear you, but I'm still gonna do what I want to do, then now it's a problem. So, excuse me. You know, if you're going to be a opinionated person, I want you to be opinionated in the beginning so I can go ahead and leave your ass right there to start with versus us getting into a relationship and you start throwing your opinion out there and, you know, it's what it is after that. Because I feel like when you're in the beginning of a relationship, you will do things that you don't like to do. Yeah. And we get a tendency of getting in a rut, and that's what we're, you know, that's the tendency that we've been doing. So once you tell me, oh, well, I don't like doing this, it's like, why the hell you ain't say nothing in the beginning?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, you just need to be careful with things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you, well, I'm not going to say. So if you don't like going to weddings, you know, so you already know I don't like doing weddings. That don't mean I won't go with you to maybe a special person, family member gets married and I may go, but you already know. And I told you straight up, I don't like weddings. I just don't like them. I was forced to go to a wedding and that turned me off years ago at the end of the day. I just don't like to sit there all day. That's why church was a problem for me. Going to church, at least going to my mother's church, you get there after 11 and you don't get out to 2. That's too long for me. I'm not sitting in no church that long. Just not doing it.
A wedding is an hour, but okay.
Yeah, but we got this reception and all that. And they always late. You're always late for the wedding. Never working. So 4 o'clock, they don't start to 5:30. Get to the reception. By the time you get home, you done missed the basketball game and power. Ooh. I just had to throw power in there.
All righty then. Well, that's going to do it for the tea tonight. So glad you. Oh, go ahead, Victor.
No, I was just wiping my mouth.
Oh, okay. So glad you guys could join us tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. This is the Tea, where we talk about any and everything. As you guys know, I think we stayed on topic pretty good tonight, though.
No. But I want to ask Victor one thing. So
Victor, up. What's going on?
Yeah, I gotta ask Victor one thing. He did something on TikTok. He threw his stuff up like my man the other day, and then you gave back in. You looked like you was getting rid of the water thing, and then you went back. Nah, I'll finish. What happened? Oh, that was just a TikTok, just a part of the video.
I quit early,
and then you went back.
The water challenge was supposed to go through the 31st. I stopped on the 30th.
Victor threw he threw the bottles. It was funny.
Inside joke, because we didn't see
No. Oh,
you got to be part of the water challenge. Tasha done told all y'all numerous times. Put the link up there for y'all to join the water challenge. Now they doing something for February. Man, this is.
I drink water all the time.
Yeah, well, Tasha got you drinking 1 million gallons of water every hour. Yeah. Now we can't eat nothing, so yeah.
For February, my birthday month. Oh hell no!
I was going to put that out there today and do a 13-day challenge. No sweets.
After the 12th.
No sweets, because
after the 12th.
I plan on eating
Valentine's. I said 13 days starting today. So Valentine's Day, like I want strawberry, chocolate.
My birthday's the 12th. I want cake.
I plan on eating some coochie in between there, and that's always sweet. So, I can't do that. That's sweet nectar from a woman.
All righty then. Thank y'all so much.
We'll be on Facebook next week. You won't be able to log in.
Right. Thank
Thanks.
y'all so much for watching Tangy Tea of Life. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday night, kicking off at 8:00. And we appreciate you guys. If you would like to be a guest, please join us. Go to tangytealife@gmail.com. And if you have an email letter, and if you have topic suggestions, please let us know, tangytealife@gmail.com. And you can leave it right here on our Facebook page. Guys, I want y'all to do us a favor and go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Sound like you had snuff in your mouth.
What?
She says
Tangy Tea what?
Channel.
She got snuff in her mouth. Don't worry about it. Channel.
Yeah, I know I really am bad with that.
That's okay. We got your back. I like Brittany. You something else.
All of my couponing videos, Vic, I don't know how many you watch, which like I mess that word up all the time. All right, shut up, John. All right, guys, so have a great night. I am getting sleepy.
Oh Lord! And I told Brittany said, "Oh, of course, Lover Boy, born around Valentine's Day." That's right, 2 days before Valentine's Day, girl.
I mean, the team be talking all old man.
You paused. You said something, and then I thought you stopped.
Maybe my Wi-Fi paused me, but my lips were still moving.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should look over there through the glass. I'm sorry.
Right. Exactly. Sweet and sour. Victor, you know what? All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. We appreciate y'all. And God willing, we will be back Thursday with some more juicy, hot, spicy, tangy, whatever you want to call it, tea. Thank y'all so much for watching.
Victor call it nectar.
Oh,
that's what Victor calls it.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Be safe out there.
Peace.